Hello, and welcome back to The Honest Left. Now today, I want to make a video. And before I say anything at all, if the YouTube algorithm is watching, I am not bullying. I am giving fair criticism. Joe Biden is a public figure. Therefore, he is open to scrutiny. He is open to criticism. So please, don't take down my video. Okay, so today's video is about one wonderful old man that just happens to be running for president and just happens to be leading the Democratic nomination race for president. Now, let me just say something. Joe Biden is the worst candidate I have ever seen in my life. And that's really saying for something, okay? I was alive while George Bush was president. So, I mean, if Joe is worse than that, we really got a problem, don't we? Let me tell you something. We do. We have a massive problem. And what drove me to make this video is just thinking very hard since Super Tuesday about Joe Biden is leading. And watching more and more clips of Joe Biden talk, seeing just yesterday that he lasted a whole 7 minutes at a rally in St. Louis that had thousands of people there. And every clip I have seen is just like, I don't even want to say it's funny. Okay, I'll be completely honest. I did laugh at these clips. But it's so sad to me that people are voting for that. Look, you don't understand what I'm saying. Here's a small compilation of Joe Biden's brain melting.
The bills that the future president here, that the senator is talking about.
We choose truth over facts.
I keep my recommendations to him in private. Unlike you, I expect you would go ahead and say whatever was said privately with him.
That's why I'll end the gag rule, the global gag rule that prevents money from getting to NGOs. $600 billion worth of loopholes in the law.
Why they do that? I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does.
By strengthening. To conquer devastating diseases like cancer and addiction and Alzheimer's.
In terms of the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacy, the way we've always been. Look.
Okay, so now think. People are voting for that you just watched. People are going out there, casting their vote for that. This is insane to me. And what really grinds my gears is I saw an article. I don't remember where the article was. I think it might have been Politico. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Politico. They wrote an article saying that this Democratic nomination process is a study on dementia, and said that Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, both, their brains are both melting. Okay, so let me tell you something, Politico. I went to a Bernie Sanders rally just last Monday. And guess what? He talked for a lot longer than 7 minutes. He talked for an hour. And then guess what? He got on a plane, he went somewhere else, and he talked for another hour. And then guess what? He got on a plane, and then he went somewhere else, and he talked there for an hour. Guess what Joe Biden did? Nothing. He did nothing that day. He didn't even have a rally that day. He doesn't have a rally most days. Bernie has a rally every single day. So you tell me, Politico. Okay? If Bernie Sanders can go up there and talk for an hour, 3 to 4 times a day, traveling in between every single day, on little sleep, probably little food, probably little water, after he had a heart attack last year, and Joe Biden goes to St. Louis and talks for 7 minutes, but they both have dementia? That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to read that article. Okay, but beyond that, beyond the obvious brain melting, why else is Joe a horrible candidate? Well, it's very simple, actually. He has no original ideas. Okay? He's running an agenda that I like to call Make America 2014 again. That is Joe's agenda. He has no original ideas. He is strictly piggybacking off of the fact that he was Barack Obama's vice president. And it's so very obvious, right? And it makes it even more insane that he's doing this, but yesterday he couldn't even remember Obama's name. He said, "Oh, Biden, Bama." Oh, Biden, Bama. Okay? And he's literally just piggybacking off of this. He's just saying, hey, right? You guys like Obama? You guys remember Obama? Wasn't Obama cool? Well, guess what? I was there. I was there when Obama did the thing at the place. And that's what he keeps saying all the time. Okay? He just keeps saying that he was there. He was always there. Every decision that was ever made, every bill that was ever written, Joe Biden was there apparently. Right? Joe Biden was there when they wrote the Declaration of Independence. Joe Biden was there when they made peace for the Civil War. Joe Biden was there well, you know the thing. You know the thing, right? And beyond that, Joe Biden has an abysmal voting record. He's basically a Republican. He has never seen a war that he didn't like. Now, is that the guy we want for president? No. I'm so tired of this, man. I'm so tired of every single president coming in here and thinking they have to stick their nose into everything. They have to get involved in everything. It's like, look, we have 500,000 homeless people in this country. We have millions without health insurance in this country. We have people living in extreme poverty in the richest country in the world. And you are worried about what's going on in Iraq, in Iran, in Syria, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, everywhere except for here. You're worried about what's going on everywhere else except for here. And that's Joe Biden. He voted in favor of the Iraq War. You know who didn't vote in favor of the Iraq War? Bernie Sanders. You know who's voted against every single war that he's been able to vote against? Bernie Sanders. So you tell me, which one do you want? I'm sure, if there's some Republicans, for some reason, watching this video on a channel called The Honest Left, well, hello. But you might be in favor of that. I don't know. I'm not. And to top it all off, just the other day, I saw an article, and Joe did a no-no in 2018. He took $200,000 to give a speech supporting a Republican. Great. He gave a speech in support of Fred Upton, a House of Representatives member from Michigan. $200,000 to give a speech supporting him. So this whole unite Democrats to go against the Republicans, well, we'll do that until they hand us $200,000. I mean, come on. Who's not going to take $200,000 to support an opponent? Thanks, Joe. A question I have with myself, and a question others probably have is Joe Biden really worse than Hillary Clinton? Well, yes. Hillary Clinton, she had her brain problems too, right? She had 2 brain surgeries. But she could still talk, right? Just the other day, there's this whole video getting shared around, and it's from 2016. Joe wasn't in the race, and it was Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders running for the Democratic nomination. And Joe is actually, this is great, because Joe's actually sitting there and he's talking about, why Bernie was the better option. But what really got to me in this video is that Joe could actually talk. Like, it was really bizarre to me because I'm so used to seeing Joe Biden, like, just spewing nonsense and just saying weird stuff and having such a problem with just forming a coherent sentence. In this video from just 4 years ago, he was talking like a normal person. And it was so weird to me. It was so weird to me. Like, I forgot that Joe Biden, like, used to be a normal person. Well, I mean, he wasn't a normal person, but he used to be able to talk, you know, like a politician or any other person should be able to. And that was just 4 years ago. And when you see him now, with those video clips I showed earlier, it's a sad reality that this guy just dominated Super Tuesday. This guy has all the momentum. He is now the front runner. And it's like scary, right? It's scary that people are so naive that they don't see this. You know, they don't see Joe talk. They vote for Joe without ever seeing him talk. Because anybody, literally anybody who has seen Joe Biden in a debate or in a speech, like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that he has severe cognitive decline. But there's people out there voting for him. Thousands, millions of people out there voting for him. Now, why? Well, it's very simple, right? The establishment, they all got behind Joe. I already made a video about that. Team Joe. Team Joe formed and gave Joe all the momentum. Now, why did they pick Joe Biden to get behind? Why didn't they pick Buttigieg? Or even Bloomberg? Guys who could, you know, actually talk. Now, I will say, I am very glad they did not pick either of those guys because they are very insufferable, especially Buttigieg. I am so, oh my God. Let me tell you, I am so elated that I never have to hear him talk again. Well, until he runs for president again and has 100 billionaires supporting him next time. But until then, I never have to hear him talk. And that's fantastic. But, again, picking Joe is such a strange decision to me because in a few days, Joe's going to have to go up in a one-on-one debate with Bernie Sanders. Okay, and I said this before, right? Joe Biden, he had a hard time, you know, talking when there was 7 other people to take up talking time. Now it's mano-y-mano. It's one-on-one. And honestly, in my opinion, I think it's better this way. So, even though Joe won big on Tuesday, and it looks like he has all this momentum, the spotlight is going to shine ever brighter on Sleepy Joe, now that it's just him and Bernie. And that's not good. Okay? The more that Joe talks, the more that people see Joe talking, the more support he is going to lose. Every time he opens his mouth, he is hurting his campaign. And now, with 2 people in the race, there's a lot of talking time to take up. So, I am very excited to see this next debate. A one-on-one debate. The establishment versus the anti-establishment. And we'll see what happens. But anyways, if you like this video, make sure you drop a like, let the YouTube algorithm know that you like my content, you want to see more, subscribe to keep up to date, leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Joe? What do you think about why the establishment picked Joe to get behind? And thank you for watching.